Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Good. Shane, I wanted to ask, my question was, can you talk a little bit about the development of Cam Good and what you've seen from him from the last maybe 3 or 4 games?
Yeah, I still think he's a young player in our program, a sophomore who is improving like you'd like to see game to game, week to week. I think I might have mentioned before, I thought his approach, didn't have a spring ball, obviously, so couldn't evaluate that. But I thought his approach in camp, I thought he changed. He was a guy when we first got here, he'll probably tell you, I was chasing him around the field. Let's go, play hard, chase the football, strain, literally chasing him around the football field. I don't have to do that. I thought camp, he was tremendously consistent in how he approached practice, both from mentally being locked in assignment-wise, but also physically playing hard. Not perfect, but improved his approach. I think he's always been really twitchy and explosive. So as he's learned our defense and gotten better with our technique and our calls, the production's come along. So I just think it's a guy maturing mentally, maturing physically, and then how to prepare.
Coach, when you look at Cincinnati on Saturday, when you put on the tape, what's your biggest concern? What will be the biggest challenge, you think, in trying to contain that offense and maybe that quarterback from getting out and running loose?
Yeah, how much time you got? Honestly, they do a great job running the football. I think the average in conference play, like 290 yards rushing. That's pretty tremendous. So the first thing is, hey, we got to stop the run, because if they can run the ball, they can do anything they want to do. So first challenge is trying to stop their run game. When you watch it, it's a combination of wearing people down throughout the course of the game with their backs who run really hard, being physical up front. And then the other part that's lethal is explosive plays. I bet there's 5 explosive plays, easy runs, I'm talking. And of those 5 explosives, 2 or 3 go for touchdowns. So the only thing stopping those runs is the goal line. And then I think Desmond does an unbelievable job extending plays with his feet. He's hurt people. I can go back to his freshman year, watching tape coming into that game, thinking, oh, this guy's going to be a handful. And all he's done is, like most quarterbacks, he's gotten more natural with his progressions and through the throw game, how he gets from one receiver to the next. So he's gotten better at throwing the ball, but his ability to hurt you with his feet has not changed. Not a lot different than we've seen from a lot of quarterbacks in this league. This league reminds me of the Big 12 when I used to coach in that league. It's just wide open, athletic quarterbacks who, if you're not real disciplined and rush lanes and staying on the low shoulders to tackle, the high shoulders and end, he's going to get out. And even when you do that, sometimes he's a good enough player, he'll get out. So those are the concerns. Stop the run and then try to be disciplined in our pass rush lanes.
Coach, looking at the last 2 games, obviously now not having Randy Charlton or Kane Tunier here, the tackles for loss have been pretty consistent. The sacks have been pretty consistent. Why do you think this defensive line has continued to play so well without 2 experienced, talented players?
A bunch of young guys, 7 sophomores and freshmen. I think we play each of the last 2 Saturdays, and I don't know, they just don't know any better, so they go out there and they just try their best. And, I really don't have a good answer for you. Like everybody else, you're always concerned when you lose experience up front. We've lost a lot for one reason or another. But it's been a team effort. Young guys, I think, have been wanting their chance. Hey, here's your chance. Take it and run with it. Certainly, we got to get better play out of those guys. I don't know. It's just guys, 4 guys playing as one, cohesiveness, a unit coming together, playing for one another. I really don't know how to put my finger on it, but I do agree. The last 2 weeks, I thought we've been a little bit better than we had early in the season. And, but again, big jump this week and who they got to go play against.
Shane, yeah, obviously every game is a big game, but, have you detected any more energy, any more snap this week because of being Cincinnati and being a top 10 team?
Yes and no. I think certainly it's not hard on a week like this to get their attention. They come in the meeting room, they're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and they got the pens out, and you don't got to tell them, hey, open your notebook. But they've been pretty good all year about, getting in and trying to be prepared. But, yeah, they know that it's a challenge. They know that I don't think many people are giving us a chance right now. You know, I mean, when I listen to College Game Day or I'm listening to the Friday night game, I don't think many people give us a chance. And you know, they might feel that. I haven't asked them that, but they might feel that. But yeah, you know it's a big game. So the preparation is not any different, really. But yeah, I can feel it. They can feel it.
It seemed like Traymon Morris brash. Maybe he'd had kind of maybe a quiet season to this point, but it looked like he had a really good game the other day against Temple. What have you seen from him, and what do you think of his performance?
Honestly, I think the last 2 weeks, you know, he came in really, I think, heavy for what he needs to carry and to be able to move efficiently for us. Whether that's just movement or conditioning, it affects both when you're overweight. He's gotten down. I really thought the last 2 weeks he's put some of his best rushes on tape. There's a couple where maybe if the guy opposite him does his job a little better, a little cleaner, drop, end up with a sack. But, you know, and I've said this before, when drop puts his mind to it, he gets in shape and he's locked in, I really think he's got special ability to affect the quarterback, and not just in the throw game, but, you know, we're talking about that right now, but I think he's got a special ability, a looseness in his hips, explosive first step, and he just has a knack for rushing. So I think he was excited. He got his first college start the other night. I think he was fired up and prideful about that. I think he wants to hold on to that spot. But I really think he just got in shape, and it took some time, but we got him there. So he's moving better and playing better.
Coach Curvin's got some snaps there late and got his first sack. You know, just getting a limited number of snaps, but still, what do you see from him and his maybe immediate future as there are more? I would assume there's an opportunity for him to play more.
Yeah, certainly. I think, you know, Keenan and Curvin's both as one a redshirt, one a true freshman. You know, Curvin's came for January but missed the spring ball piece of it, like everybody. I think those guys, it takes a few games to settle down. You know, again, it's no different than Tuesday morning practice. It's no different than Wednesday morning practice. That's one thing for me to tell them that, but they got to go out there and play it and figure it out. What I've seen is, all right, two of your kids, those two freshmen, they want to do well. I think what I've seen is guys that are playing fast, not necessarily playing with the technique maybe or the assignment sound that you always want, but they're trying to play fast. I think about the sack you mentioned. I believe he busted. I think he might have been wrong on that play where he was supposed to go, but it resulted in a sack. So good for him. Had a TFL. I think the more reps that Curvin gets and the more reps that Keenan Hester, I think both those guys are relatively new to football. Keenan Hester played 2 years of high school football. Curvin, you know, immigrated from Haiti. So just really raw young kids who are learning on the fly, but it's fun to watch.
Coach, what do you tell your guys so that they don't get caught up too much in the hype surrounding this game?
You know, I mean, honestly, I don't know. We don't talk about it a whole lot. I mean, you know, it's in the process. It's coming in on Monday morning or today, Tuesday morning, and having a great meeting, being dialed in, great notes, sitting up, you know, focused, locked into what I'm saying about the game. It's coming out in the Tuesday practice and bringing the mindset and intensity to one-on-one, pass rush, inside drill versus the offense. You know, all that hype and stuff, that's good. It lasts for about a second. That first time you get smacked in the face, then you got to go play ball. So to me, it's a preparation. It's Tuesday morning. It's Tuesday at practice. It's coming back this afternoon, having a great meeting, having a great lift tomorrow when we go in the weight room and just controlling every piece of it we can. And then let's see what happens Saturday afternoon. But I don't think our guys get caught up in all that. You know, you got to ignore the noise. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. Just be dialed in on your preparation and try to win the day and see where that gets us on Saturday afternoon.
Shane, obviously you weren't expecting to have, you know, less senior experience down the line, but you mentioned 7 sophomores playing. How does that impact recruiting in the future at the defensive line now that you have guys that, you know, they were playing, Cam was playing and Traymon was playing, but now they're, you know, starting or seeing a lot more playing time? How does that impact the future of that line?
Well, you know, I kind of go back. I got a high school coaching buddy. I talked to him last week, and he's like, "Man, I got a young team. We got a bunch of sophomores out there starting." He's like, "Boy, in 2 years, we're going to be in that state championship game." I said, "Well, that's kind of how you feel here. Okay, what you suffer right now, you're going to benefit from some of the lack of experience, some of the, being young and lack of game reps might hurt you now, but you'll benefit down the road. I think I met with four of those guys yesterday. I think Dallas, Keenan, Curvin Shoot, and Josh Sellisgard. Of course, Josh has played a little bit more, but talking to those three young guys, they're new to playing about, hey, preparation, the previous question about how we got to be so much cleaner and better in that now that you're getting more time. But I think recruiting wise, hey man, you want to come play early? UCF's a spot. We played guys. Randy Charlton played here 2 years ago as a freshman. Cam Good played last year. Landon Woodson, Traymon Morris Brash. If you want to see the field early and you're a recruit and you're a defensive lineman, all right, there's some spots you can come here and compete for. You get on the field early. So if I'm a recruit, I'm excited because I get to come out here and I get to compete with some guys and play early. And I know that even though we're playing, we're having a good year this year, all this bodes well for the future.
Shane, Cincinnati does a really good job of limiting the negative plays and tackles for loss. How do you guys have to be able to kind of take advantage of and maybe create some disruption?
As much as you do want to get them off par, and that's always something we're trying to do. And like I said, the last couple of weeks, we're getting back to it a little bit. The big thing when I watch tape is you got to eliminate the explosive plays. You let them bleed you, so to speak. A Nick here and Nick there, pretty soon you're bleed to death. Okay, I'd rather go that route than, just an open wound. So we got to eliminate explosive plays. To me, as much as you're talking about negative, it's explosives. Got to eliminate those. They certainly, 9 gets them again in the pass game. He gets them out of a lot of bad situations if they do get in one. But certainly the explosive plays in the run game, both running back and quarterback getting out, and the throw game, you've got to eliminate those.